Hi there, welcome back to DDW TV. I'm Ed Highland, and I'm joined now by Peter Liang. Peter, thank you so much for coming by. You are the outgoing chair of the AGA Trainee and Early Career Committee.
That's correct.
We want to talk about that and get at some ideas about your experiences. You've been with the organization, working up to the chairmanship role. Tell us a little bit about how it's kind of changed you, how your thoughts have evolved as you've grown into this role.
Sure. So, I got involved in this committee and really with the AGA, thanks to my mentor from fellowship, who is the outgoing president of the AGA, John Inadomi. And this committee, the Trainee Earlier Career Committee, as the name suggests, is really founded to cater toward the needs of the people who are in fellowship, training to become gastroenterologists, and people who are earlier in their careers. We recognize that they have some unique needs in terms of educational, as well as figuring out the things that we don't really teach them in fellowship. And so, I was really fortunate to enjoy 3 great years on the committee, and then was selected to lead it over the past 3 years. And it's been a wonderful experience.
Give us some thoughts, if you will, on some of the resources. What tools are you using to help trainees, the resources, the programming, that type of thing?
Yeah, I see our committee as having 2 main functions. One is to coordinate with the other AGA committees so that we can help them give the input of the younger constituents of the AGA, so the trainees and early career members, about the programs that they're thinking about, right? So whether it be educational, whether it be advocacy or whatnot. The second thing is, over the past several years, we've been doing more kind of original programming ourselves to kind of address the needs of the Trainee Early Career Committee. So for instance, one program that we have developed over the years is something what we call currently the career development workshops. So these are basically, they started as kind of in-person workshops, half-day workshops in different cities, where the local gastroenterology, usually fellows and early career folks, would gather, and we would have a series of talks about what are the different paths that you can take after fellowship, and how do you do work-life balance, how do you negotiate a contract. Things are super important, but we don't learn as gastroenterology fellows. And now that's moved, and we thought of this even before the pandemic, but moved to kind of a virtual workshop webinar series where we're doing the same thing and expanding the different types of topics that we're discussing, including recently, how do we expand the pipeline of gastroenterology fellows to have a more inclusive and diverse workforce, and things like that. So that's been, I think, really a highlight of my tenure, to be able to develop and kind of foster this workshop series.
I want to pick up on that. You're talking about advice. So what advice do you give to GIs to perhaps utilize and make the most of their fellowships?
Yeah, I think the advice I would give to any kind of new fellow or someone in fellowship is really to approach it as keep an open mind in terms of what they want to do within GI. There's a lot of different kind of subspecialties within GI, whether it be hepatology, advanced endoscopy, motility. So there's a lot of different kind of career paths within that. Obviously, there's also, in terms of where you practice, in academic institutions versus private practice. Some people go on to industry. So having as broad of kind of experience during fellowship I think is really the best way to go, because for most people, this is the last time they'll be able to experience that breadth, before they decide on their specific career path. So
options are a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Peter Liang, thank you so much for coming by and sharing with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And this is DDW TV. If you'd like to see more highlights, and I know you will, check out ddw.org. I'm Ed Highland. Thanks for joining us.